good. We're streaming again. Apparently. Let's watch that collapse. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and the defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well, Mr. Reginald. Your opening statement. In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was in fact Studio 2. Today, I will call people present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear. Very well. Edward seems a bit on edge today. Huh? You saw what I did there? Nope. Turn this down a bit. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls Ms.Vasquez to the stand. Ms.Vasquez is a producer who was present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Also, we don't have sprites for anybody else. Will the witness state her name and occupation? Vasquez, I'm a producer for Global Studios. On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2. As everyone here knows, he is. I dislike to use this spectre. If you want to pontificate, do it when I'm not here. Very well, Ms. Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder. Nick! I know she did it. Make her pay. Right. If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down. So to speak, she's wearing a dress. Unless no, I can't talk about that. Can't talk about. I'm a single bachelor. I guess I can talk about that. Okay, maybe. Not a problem though. I entered the trailer a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 o'clock sharp. It ended at 4 o'clock. There was to be rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate 2 more steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later when we went to Studio 1. That's all. I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you? The van. There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk, what with the monkey's head toppling over. Yeah, but it's still a giant metal cage that can crush easily. I see. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination. This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it. Edgeworth. I read out the line again. Let's see. Hold it. And when exactly was that? I've forgotten. Maybe you could try remembering? No. The meeting ended at 4 o'clock and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5 o'clock. I would think it was between those times. You would think? Come on, all you did was state the obvious, Edgeworth. Stop. How did you win? Press. And what were you doing at that time? Don't hit your desk. It irritates me. Yeah, Mr. Wright! Oops. It was a 15-minute break. We have a picture of a plate. We can use this to object, I think. Objection! We can! It's the wrong place as well. Ha! As I thought! You claim you ate a T-bone steak. But I say you did not. What's this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's a plate. This plate was on a table in the employee room. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you, it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Ms. Vasquez and Mr. Manila ate at a table outside the trailer. Yet there were no bones left on the plates. The plates were bare. Ms. Vasquez? Tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how. You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like the incinerator. I see. Then what was Ms. Vasquez doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? She was meeting with the Steel Samurai.
Order, order! Are you saying?
Yes, Your Honor. As Ms. Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai, and then you did it. You killed him with your own hands!
Mr. Wright, isn't that a little presumptuous?
What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Yes. Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Any day, Vasquez. Good luck, Nick. Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh, yes, the samurai spear. Yes? I am, as you can see, a woman of 18 stature. How could I possibly use a heavy spear as a weapon? I think you would have a great deal of difficulty using that as a weapon. Pretty much anyone would. Huh. You see. Yeah. However, that has no bearing on this case. Meaning, the samurai spear was not the murder weapon.
What? What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body.
I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as a murder weapon. I send out a van. No, we don't. We send out the photograph, which has been placed mysteriously over here.
Take that!
Wrong, Mr. Wright. But I haven't said anything yet. I know you well enough by now to know when you're going to present the wrong evidence. What the fuck? Oh god, I presented the wrong thing. I can sense it too with my fake blood. Okay, so I picked the wrong evidence. Enough with all the sensing. Right, okay, here's the real evidence, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as a murder weapon, and oh my god, that wasn't a question with a penalty, so, there was nothing writing on that, and I still got it wrong. It's wonderful.
Take that!
I present my proof, the so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon! Not so fast. Remember that the spear broke during the morning action scene run-through? But someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who is wearing a thick costume with this for the chest?
Order, order!
Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're... Silence! I'm the one testifying here, and I will be heard. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, pray tell what was. How was Hammer killed?
Well, Mr. Wright,
Can you tell us what weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer? Now I present it. Shit. Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was? I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well, let's see this murder weapon then. Now we can present this photo. Take that! Look at this photograph.
What is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of those stairs. Order, order! If I cannot have order, this trial will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is this all about?
It's about my sniffing. Sorry, I'm sniffing, I'm sorry. No. This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at the studios. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it. See the fallen man in the photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest?
What?
Are you saying? Yes. What happened 5 years ago?
Has happened again. Mr. Wright, continue.
It's 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder. Ms.Vasquez meets Mr. Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence. Just like Hammer had done himself 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say.
In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way that he caused him for men to die. 5 years ago.
Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? I'm sniffling, aren't I? I'm sorry, my nose is funny right now. Very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use my mic here in my script writing staff. You deny that what I say is true. Mr. Wright, let's say, for the sake of argument, that Hammer died in the trailer as you say. Yet the body was found in Studio 1, was it not? And in the evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1 and returned to the trailer all in the space of 15 minutes later? How could I have disposed of the body? The break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes from 2:30 to 2:45. Group Jack Hammer had been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside his costume. There wasn't enough time.
Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body?
That's something that she can't move it at all. That's saying she can carry it, and that's saying that she can't carry it, but she dealt with it. What if she had another way to carry the body, other than with her own hands? For instance? Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body. Interesting. Let's hear it.
Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body. Could it be that piece of evidence that got given to us earlier, but we didn't have any explanation as to why we filed it? Somewhat in a similar manner to the first case.
Take that! Ms. Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1. And you used the studio man to do it. Recall your testimony. There must be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had salsa. There was a van there, right? I had salsa. You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then, before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume.
Hold on, Wright.
Don't forget, it was Salmonella that drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was a conspirator? Of course, Salmonella has to have been a conspirator. The body had to be placed in the van and put into the costume. There's no way Ms. Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the steel samurai costume. They had to, because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Well, Ms. Vasquez, shall I continue? No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose. You win. It was fun. I win? So, what happens next? Don't you question mark me! Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? Huh? I lost something like that? I just said that. Wait, so you mean... Vasquez, so it was you? You killed Jack Hammer. Who can say? Huh? Are you sure I did? Mr. Wright, we just engaged in the battle of wits. In the result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer. Right. But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. What? Order! Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Of course it's as the witness says. Certainly, it does seem very likely she did it, but there's no proof. Edgeworth isn't sure. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you have no more questions, I'll... What do we do now? I'd like you to testify again. Testify again? No one to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? You'd ask the same questions, get the same answers. I'll waste some time. Damn! To come so far, only to fail. As it seems there are no further questions, I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Ms. Vasquez.
Objection!
Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't. I see. Very well.
Objection!
Your Honor! I request that the witness testify again. You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. Does this make any sense to you? I don't see that we haven't played the game already in the last several minutes. Mr. Edgeworth, I too see little point in making Ms. Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly do you want her to testify about? Well, yes, Indeed, verily, I say, ergo. I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter. Nick! Why did Edgeworth... Who knows? He probably realized she did it too. But, wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that? Edgeworth. I was with Sal and we got the security lady when we found the body. The assistant was there too while the Powers was absent. I immediately called the police and then Powers showed up. The security lady over back was quite agitated. Pointing to Powers, she said, "He did it." I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and write it. Then I went home.
I see no issues raised by this testimony. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
Okay, Nick, we're close. Real close. She may be acting tough now, but if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the key you need and twist the truth out of her, Nick. Right. We're gonna unlock her what now? There's a sound effect security. Assistant is there too. Powers was absent. Hold it! The script and your direction notes. Yes, they're quite valuable. You wouldn't do have them stolen. No, I guess not. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio One for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse it. Why? There was a murder after all. Who could think of rehearsing after that? Oh, yeah, I guess.
Very well. Ms. Vasquez, please continue.
Objection!
Your Honor, I have an objection to the witness's last statement.
Huh?
Think. Ms. Vasquez says she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have to have known about the murder before going to Studio One. Order, order! Mr. Edgeworth! What you've just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Were you thinking of a career change to defense? I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Ms. Vasquez, do you have an explanation? I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me.
So, prosecution is in cahoots with the defense. What kind of court is this? No matter. I think he was interested. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal.
Very well, the witness will change her testimony to reflect this reason.
I knew that Hammer was injured during the action scene as well.
Objection!
You knew that Hammer was injured. Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers! What?
Mr. Wright, explain yourself!
Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photograph, but that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending? One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured?
I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right, he must have gotten it wrong.
I think not. Mr. Manella was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Ms. Vasquez! Actually, you didn't hear anything from Miss Manella. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes.
Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured?
Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers.
Ah!
And when was he doing this? Well, it would have to have been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume and went to Studio 2 where he was murdered. Exactly. Ms. Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in that Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who'd been injured that morning.
Order, order, I will have order! Witness! Can you refute this claim? Yeah, let's see you sneak out of this one, Vasquez. Very well. I have a question for you. Why are the real killers always so persistent? Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer? Yes, he followed me hard times when he was a sister. I had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing. Yes, you would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? If there is a reason, it is unclear to this court. Does the defense have anything to say on the matter? In other words, can you prove she had a motive? Okay. I have proof, and I'll show it to you. I present to the court evidence as to Ms. Vasquez's motive in this murder. Take that! This is my proof. This is the photograph from before. This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Ms. Vasquez? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With D. Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for this trial, it began on that day 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom. His guilt weighed down on him, no doubt. However, you, D. Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change. Bringing us to the present day and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Yes, undoubtedly, it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star. One moment, Mr. Wright. We are talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who killed D. Vasquez, not the other way around. What motive would Miss Vasquez have? Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have had no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me. And I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine. Mr. Wright, please explain Miss Vasquez's motive for murder. Did you get it, kids? Surprise. Surprise. That's of course she had no motive, Your Honor. What's that now? It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. All Miss Vasquez did was push him off the stairs in self-defense. What's that now? What the? It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez. What? What? Your Honor, Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then, Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill D. Vasquez, who had so cruelly taken advantage of him all those years. So, you did do it, didn't you? Yes. I'm guilty. It was me. Someone call an ambulance! There's blood everywhere, we're too late. Ah! Ms. Vasquez! What happened here? Manuel fell from the trailer stairs. Manuel! Manuel! Ms. Vasquez, please try to remain calm. No, how could this? It was an accident. Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene. No, Manuel! Manuel! Don't touch him, Ms. Vasquez. No! Please, don't, please.
Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose. Again.
Mr. Edgeworth, where is Ms.Vasquez?
In the waiting lobby, Your Honor. As calm and collected as ever.
I see. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
It appears you have brought about yet another miracle.
I thank you, Your Honor. I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found so is only natural, not a miracle.
Yes, you're quite right. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, not guilty.
He's so cute.
That is all. The court is adjourned. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much.
I'm just glad you're okay.
Yes, but it's sad. I know that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Ms. Vasquez, but to think that he tried to frame me for murder, it makes me sad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright.
Huh?
Tell me, why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me?
Obviously we have evidence because they're telling us to do it. Well, this is what I think. Mr. Hammer wanted to put the blame on you because... It's because you were the Steel Samurai.
Because I was the Steel Samurai?
Mr. Hammer was a big star once, but he was reduced to acting in a kid's show, and is the villain to boot. The kids loved the Steel Samurai, and so he hated you.
I think I understand now. He could have just told me. I would have changed places with him in a time.
I think you're missing the point.
Thank you. I'm just glad it's over.
So am I. So am I. Congratulations, WP!
Oh, thanks to you, I'll be able to don Steel Samurai outfit once more. I can't wait to get back into that sweaty costume and... Is something wrong?
No! Of course not. Ah! Nick! Edgeworth! Say something, right? I'm not good at small talk. Small talk. Ugh. I'm not good at small talk. Huh? What? That was too bad, Edgeworth. You don't waste any time gloating, do you? No, I really want to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Powers.
Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers. You liar. Right. I must say, I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years. Meet again? However, in retrospect, it would have been better had we not met. Thanks to you, I am saddled with unnecessary feelings. Unnecessary feelings? Yes, unease. Uncertainty. Aren't those kind of necessary? They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix Wright. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. That is what I came here to tell you.
Mr. Wright? Is that guy your friend?
What? Friends? As if! They're rivals. Rivals! Right, Nick? For now we are, I guess. Huh? Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick, tell me! What's the deal with you and Edgeworth? And so, the curtain closes on yet another trial. I caused quite a stir by revealing an accident from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change. They went back to making kid shows again.
Nick! This is it! The new show starts today! You're gonna watch it with me, right?
I'll admit, I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go through with it.
You have to buy trading cards too, okay? We have to trade with Cody and that assistant.
Fine, I'll do it.
Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead again? I wonder if they'll show his real face this time.
I don't know. I don't think the world is ready for the real Will Powers. And that was the end of Case 3, Turnabout Samurai. And we had this very interesting, cliffhangery thing with Edgeworth. This game has a certain arc to it, and it more surrounds around Edgeworth, and you'll see why in the next case. The next case takes place around Christmas, and it's December when I'm recording this. We are now finally within 3 years of the game's storyline, or at least the dub version.